Although tax reform bills are still a thing on the front pages this morning, the headlines are almost as diverse as the papers. But let's begin with the Daily Times newspaper. Tax bills assess human rights impact. Serap urges National Assembly. The details on the inside pages of the paper this morning. Blueprint has tax reform bills crucial. Democracy in action, as according to Idris Mbagudu. Nigeria needs reforms in all sectors. That's from Gumi. Lawmakers against document ignorance. That's coming from Shehu Sani. A related story is on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. Economic reforms. Tinubu still in Nigerians' goodwill. Will be president till 2031, according to the SGF. Isn't it a little too early? But hey, the details on the inside pages of the paper. Business Day. Cardoso's first year sees Naira rally amid stubborn inflation. Check the details of that story on the inside pages. Vanguard newspaper. How non-appointment of ambassadors is hurting Nigeria. That's coming from Envoys. Bilateral agreements, MOUs, face hiccups. Embassies operate without ambassadors for 15 months. Tinubu gets list. May announce nominees this week. While experienced, credible people must be appointed. That's coming from ex-ambassadors. The details on page 5. New Telegraph. Defections. APC decimates opposition ahead 2027. Ruling party accused of wooing opponents with return tickets. More PDP, LP, NAS members planning to dump parties. The details are on pages 9 and 10 of the New Telegraph this morning. The Abuja Inquirer has taxation. FCT IRS targets 10,000 high earners, gives 2-week ultimatum on payment. The details, of course, you'll find on the inside pages of the paper this morning. But look at the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Tax reform bills. States eye 180% hike in VAT earnings amid push for fiscal federalism. Some will say it's about to go down. Well, the details on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Nigerian Tribune has PDP chair, pro-Damagum forces plan takeover of BOT. Other stakeholders mount pressure on David Mark to take over in February. 67 BOT members face uncertainty over plot. Wabara under pressure over stance on tenure of acting chairman. States have power to nominate tenured BOT members, as coming from the National Publicity Secretary. The details on page 4 of the paper. The front page of This Nigeria has this one. Airfare, word of words. Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Council, Airpeace, Aviation Minister fight over alleged prohibitive costs of flights. The details you'll find on the inside pages of the paper today. Daily Trust. Dry season farming suffers as dams infrastructure collapses. Oh dear. Farmers resort to boreholes and wells. The details continue on the inside pages of Daily Trust. Daily Independent has a fairly unpleasant one. Bleak Christmas as banks hold cash. Analysts ask CBN to act fast before festive period. Find the details continue on the inside pages of the paper. And these are the papers we have for you today.
Well, it's certainly quite a lot to read on the front pages this morning. And who can miss the elections that has taken place in Ghana, producing without drama John Dramani Mahama as president-elect of our West African neighbors. Congratulations to them. I mean, Ghana was the one that set the tone in the West African region of presidents taking over, incumbents being ousted. And at least they tend to, show that they can do this democracy thing without bitterness. So we saw in Ghana the example of presidents conceding defeat. And much later, it was something I was expected of Big Brother Nigeria, to also to learn lessons from, its West African brother, Ghana. And thankfully, President Goodluck Jonathan put us on the map of people, who have also learned to play the game of democracy. But who says that when you lose today, you cannot win tomorrow? That's what we've now seen with the return of President-elect John Dramani Mahama, who is now the president-elect of Ghana, in just the latest elections concluded. He was rejected a few years ago. He ran, I think he ran for one term, 2012 to 2016, and he did not come back in the 2016 elections. But hey, it's 2024 now, and Ghanaians say, yeah, we think we want you back. They're currently in difficult situations. The economy is very tough in Ghana. You know, young people are looking for jobs, etc. And they've been unhappy in general with the party in power. And as such, they've shown their displeasure by showing them the door. And now Mahama has, let's say, has his job back.
Oh, yeah.
Will he be able to pull it off for the people of Ghana? We'll wait and see. We certainly wish him the best. And we congratulate Ghanaians on the success of their elections. Chimberlain.
I'm not sure we want to have elections in December because it's so rancorous. Elections here.
Who wants that bitterness, right?
Yeah, not in December.
But they've shown that it can be done.
Yeah,
I mean, they were very mature about it, and look what they've done.
Way to go. Part of what we always talk about, that the country, businesses shouldn't be on hold because we want to have elections. So no. And besides, look, about this tax reform bill, I just think that because I see that FCT IRS is beginning to make move to tax individuals earning over 25 million naira annually. States, I think you mentioned some of those states who are also considering very massive hikes in VAT and tax. But I think above all else, they should also remember that, look, you have to try as much as you can, come up with policies that could ensure that production thrives in your state. You have to put in environments that will make a lot of production happen, because if you don't, you will always, there's a limit to what you can do in terms of taxation. And so you can only tax them if they're productive. So that, I think they should learn to understand that if your state isn't viable, you know you have yourself to blame, state executives. And above all else, there's a lot of conversation about the tax. Yes, ideas should contend, and probably the right ones or superior ones take the day. But we also need to ensure, I mean, the other day you heard in the news, one person, 753 houses, which might be just one of the several assets or whatever it is they've traced to the individual. Look, we can't keep talking about all of this hike in tax of all shapes and sizes and forms, and then some persons in some office begins to act like a thin god and takes all these monies and fritter these monies away. Look, you know what they say, woe betide that public official. If you do all of this, you know what they do, they say in China, death penalty for anyone who is caught stealing what, how much. So I think we may come to that position in this country at some point, because all of this conversation about taxes, people are working hard for them. It's not free money for people to go and share. So at the end of the day, if you share it, you will meet us there. Ayo.
Forward, they say. Ayo. I don't know what Chimberlain is working now, but
Can you hear me, Chamberlain?
Because
yes, okay,
yeah,
okay,
good. I think I'm going to stick with you for a bit on that story. It's on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, actually. States eye 180% hike in VAT earnings amid push for fiscal federalism. You know, part of the question we asked last week when we were speaking with Senator Morrow was, is this an instrument for fiscal federalism, this tax reform bills? And from what we are seeing on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, it seems that it is now becoming mainstream, that is part of the initiative. And I'm glad that if you look at the front page of the Guardian newspaper, the data on the front page is humongous. The VAT growth trend has increased since the increase to 7.5% VAT from 2021, which was just 2.07 trillion naira, to 2024, which is 6.36 trillion naira, and quite a number of data on the front page. And as you said, Chamberlain, I'm looking forward to a way where we can monitor not just the incomes to the states, but the measurement of impact, accountability There has to be a mechanism for that, because this is what will encourage people to pay taxes. I remember, I think it was in the Fashola days, some people said that they actually went to the tax office and said, we want to pay taxes. Why? Because according to the state government at the time, they will see a sign that says taxpayers' money at work. And so people kept taking their money to the states, to the state governments, to do more for the people. So it's, as you said, Chamberlain, no, it is not free money. It is money earned by the people who want to contribute to their nation. And with all of these initiatives making the rounds now, what is the monitoring mechanism, or what will be the monitoring mechanism for accountability by the states when the incomes begin to come? Because automatically it means there is a likelihood that there will be a drop in earnings to the federal government, while the states will earn more. So how do we ensure that they do more with the more that they earn? Because now they earn a little more, and we're seeing what we're seeing. So that's my take this morning. Meantime, let's take a break, and when we return, our conversations begin. Just stay with us.